Okay, welcome back students. In this video we will discuss an example program for this friend functions concept. I will use the same classes and same data members as I have used on the board. So our class name, first we have to write the include statement, IO stream, then put the namespace using namespace std, then write the class definition. So as I said, I am going to use the same class exp1, then I am using my data members. So let us take one data member as private, that is int a I am taking, then take another data member public, or you take this as public and this as private. So private, and here you put the variable name, that is we took as C. Okay. So I took two data members inside exp1 class, example1 class, and my first data member name is A, which is public, and second data member name is C, which is private. So I can access A outside the class with the help of object. I can't access data member C even outside the class, isn't it? So close this class. So in order to initiate these two data members, use constructor, which should be public. So I am taking the constructor exp1 declaration. So I have to pass two data members to this constructors, isn't it? In order to initialize A and C, I need two data members. Those two data members I am passing like arguments to this constructor, parameters to this constructor. So quickly write the definition for that constructor. How can qualify the constructor name with the class name using the scope resolution operator, and write the definition for this exp1. So we said we need two parameters that we are passing, two formal parameters to receive those two parameters, isn't it? So then initialize A with T1, then we have C with T2. So like this. Then after this what we have to do? Two data members we have declared and initialized those two data members with the help of constructor. So the next thing is take exp2 class exp2 and write the definition for this class. So take the public member, public, we said int b, then we are taking private, we said int d. So again, to initialize these two data members inside exp2 class, we need a constructor call, we need a constructor. So that constructor will be exp2 of, and this constructor is also going to take two parameters. So the next thing, again we have to write the definition for that exp2 constructor, qualify it with exp2 class. Okay, receive the parameters using formal parameters. Just to give the difference in names, I am taking T3 and T4. Then write the definition. How come? B equals to, make it T3, then D equals to, make it T4. Clear? So now two classes, two constructors we have defined. So take the friend function now. Friend function declaration we will do inside the class, isn't it? So I am declaring my friend function over here inside this first class, exp1 class. So this is my exp1 class, and in this class I am declaring my friend function. How can we declare? So friend, okay, friend keyword followed by the return type, which is void, then access member. My function name is access member. At the end what we have to do? Yes, pass the objects. What I will do, I will create an object for this exp1 class, and I will create an object for this exp2 class, and I will pass those two objects to this member function, to this friend function. So what this friend function will receive? Object of exp1 class as well as object of exp2 class. So put the semicolon at the end and write the same declaration inside exp2 as well, inside exp2 as well. So that is friend keyword followed by the return type, then take the function name access members. Okay, here also put the access members, yes, at the end. Okay, access members, and here pass the objects exp1, exp2. Okay, so declarations we have done inside the classes. As it is a friend function, it has to go, the declaration has to go in both the classes, because we want to access the data members, all the data members of exp1 as well as all the data members of exp2 with the help of a single function. That function is access members function. So as it is a friend to both the classes, it can access all the data members including the private data members. So this friend function can access all the data members including the private data members outside the classes, So quickly what we have to do now, write the definition for this access members, as the scope of this access members is not limited to any one class, isn't it? Because the scope is in multiple classes. So we no need any qualifier, class qualifier, in order to write the definition of this access members friend function. So how we can write? Directly use the return type followed by the access members of receive, because this access members is having two class objects, exp1 object as well as exp2 object. Receive those two objects, exp1 of TOBJ, temporary object, exp2 of temporary object 1. This one is temporary object 1 and this is temporary object 2. Now inside the definition see, first we will write the main function. Over there you will understand, int main of void. Okay, write the main function. So first what we have to do? Yes, create the object of this exp1 class. When you are creating, try to initialize A and C by passing the suitable parameters to this exp1 constructor. So that I am doing now. So what I will do, I will create the object of exp1 and I am naming that object as obj1. Okay, I am passing parameters to my constructor as 10, 20. Okay, so this 10 will go to A. How it will go to A and how it will go to C means, from here it will invoke the constructor. obj1 of 1020 will invoke the constructor. So where is my constructor call? My constructor call, that is nothing but exp1. We are creating the object of exp1. So this will invoke the constructor of exp1 class. This will invoke the constructor of exp1 class by passing this 10 and 20 as parameters. So these two parameters 10 and 20 will be copied inside my formal parameters where I have defined the constructor. So here my constructor definition goes. So inside T1 10 will come, inside T2 20 will come. So that 10 will be copied inside A and that 20 will be copied inside C. So all these things will reside inside obj1. All those modifications will reside inside obj1. So similar thing I am doing with exp2 class, exp2 obj2 of 30, 40. So same thing will happen with obj2. This will invoke the constructor of exp2 class by passing 30 and 40 as parameters. So this entire thing will invoke this one. So T3 will become 30, T4 will become 40. T3 will be copied into B. So B will become 30, T4 will be copied into D. So D will become 40. So likewise. So next thing what I will do, now I will invoke my access member friend function, access members friend function. Yeah, do we need any object in order to invoke that access members? No, because the scope is not limited to any particular class. So directly use the function name access members of, pass these two objects obj1 comma obj2. So now what will happen, this obj1 will get copied into tobj1, this obj2 will get copied into obj2 will get copied into tobj2. So now try to print the values of those objects. So here obj2, or we can say exp1 class data members, exp1 class data members. At the end, how we can access those data members? Simply use tobj1 dot a which is public. So now next item tobj1 dot c, I want to access c. Okay, at the end put the semicolon. So these are the data members of exp1 class. A and C are data members of exp1 class. Now I want to print the data members of exp2 class. So simply take the separation with the help of endl, then take exp2 class data members. Okay, exp2 class data members. So here what I will do, tobj2 dot d, sorry, first b, public member we will access, then we'll try to access the private member. Private member is what? D is my private member. Dobj2 dot d is my private member. So this is the definition of your access members function, access members friend function. We don't have any class qualifier here, and we are not using any object to call this member function, to call this friend function basically. So now save this program, and I will take the name as test6.cpp. Program is saved, compile. Yes, only one error it is showing over here. Yes, this exp2, it is showing this exp2, the class name, as an error, and it is saying that exp2 has not been declared. So we are using this exp2 at line number 11. As you can see, we are using this exp2 at line number 11, and prior to this usage, prior to the usage of this identifier, we don't have any declaration for this exp2. We don't have any declaration for that exp2. That is the reason why it is showing this exp2 as an error. So simply what we have to declare that exp2 as a class, because that exp2 is a class, isn't it? So declare that exp2 as a class. Definition we'll do afterwards. Definition we have done here. So what we are doing over there, by simply keeping this class followed by exp2, we are declaring this exp2 class. Okay, so this is nothing but declaration of exp2. That is not the definition, that is just the declaration. We are specifying, we are telling the compiler that we are going to use exp2, okay, that identifier exp2 like a class in our program, like a class in our program. So now save this program and try to compile. Yeah, here one comma we got, instead of two less than symbols we got comma over there. So this as less than you put, then save this program, go and compile. Yeah, one more error it is showing, this D as a private, access members. So where else the definition is going? Yeah, here access members Yeah, here also, because we have to use the same function name wherever we are using access members, and here also access members. So now save it, compile. Yeah, compilation is successful. Yeah, that error was simply I did some mistake in giving the function name. So at some place I used 2 C's and at some place I used only 1 C in the spelling. So it was a typo error. So now as I have given the same friend function name in all places, so now I am not getting any error. So compilation is successful. So quickly I will print, I will show the output. So as you can see here, you just, it is 10 and 20, it is printing like 1020, and 30 and 40, it is printing like 3040. So what we have to do, we have to give some space in between so that you will understand. So that I will do. Quickly go to that cout statements, and here when you are printing TOBJ1 and TOBJC, TOBJ A dot and TOBJ1 dot A and TOBJ1 dot C, simply take some space in between. Yeah, like this is enough. So this space as it is you will get on the output. Here also you take between B and D, take that space. So how we can? So here like this. So this will give you one space in between the digits, in between the numbers. So now again go compile, successful, execute. Yeah, now you can see we are accessing, yeah, this entire thing how we are doing inside one single function, access members only we are doing. We are printing the data members of exp1 as well as we are printing the data members of exp2. So when you see the output here, this 10 we are getting from A, which is public, but this 20 we are getting from C, which is private in exp. This C, it is private in exp1. See over here, this data member C, it is private in exp1. We are accessing the private data member of exp1 class. Similarly, we are accessing the private data member. This is 40. This 40 is the private data member. We are accessing using exp2 class, using access members friend function. Clear? So hope this will give you the perfect example of friend functions in C++. Rest of the concept we will see in our next video. Thank you, students.